स्वाहा माता, तुम अग्नि की शक्ति, तुम अग्नि की शक्ति, तुम सच्ची माता। ओम जय स्वाहा माता।
हरि ओम तत्सत्। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवतर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो, त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि, त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि, ऋतं वदिष्यामि, सत्यं वदिष्यामि। तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु, अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय। And as we all know, life is filled with problems. No one is free from problems. So when we pray to Gajanan to remove the problem, so to speak, what we are asking for is that inner enlightenment, the wisdom as how to deal with these situations as they arise. Just remember, praying to Lord Ganesh doesn't mean that you're going to not have problems. Nobody is without problems. But what it implies is that you are tapping into that inner energy that will help you, the right power of discernment, wisdom, to deal with these circumstances successfully. And important to note, if you go this way, at the end of whatever challenges, you become a stronger person, spiritually especially. So understand what we are doing. We are tapping into the inner energy in the form of wisdom. Om pranamya shirsa devam gauri putram vinayakam bhakta vasam smare nityam ayuh kamartha siddhaye prathamam vakratundam cha ekadantam dvitiyakam tritiyam krishna pingaksham gajavaktam chaturthakam lambodaram panchamam cha shashtham vikatameva cha saptamam vignarajam cha dhumravarnam tathashtamam navamam bhalachandram cha dashamam tu vinayakam ekadasham ganapati dvadasham tu gajananam dvadashaitani namani trisandhyam yah pathe narah nacha vigna bhayantasya sarvasiddhikaram param vidyarthi labhate vidyam dhanarthi labhate dhanam putrarthi labhate putram moksharthi labhate gatim japet ganapati stotram shadbhir masai phalam labhe sanvatsarena siddhim cha labhate nata sanshayah अष्टानां ब्राह्मणानां च लिखित्वा यः समर्पयेत् तस्य विद्या भवेत् सर्वा गणेशस्य प्रसादतः। ओम इति श्री नारद पुराणे संकर्षणाशनम गणेशस्तोत्रम संपूर्णम। ओम गंगणपतये नमः। गजवदन गणनाथ नाथ गौरीवर तनया गुणालया। We glorify Gyaan through Kirtan and devotees. Keep his image firmly fixed in the mind's eye. Gajavadana Gananatha Natha Gajavadana Gananatha Natha Gauri Varatanaya Gunalaya Gauri Varatanaya Gunalaya Gajavadana Vidyadayak Buddhi Pradayak Vidyadayak Vidyadayak Buddhi Pradayak Siddhi Vinayak Shubhadayak Siddhi Vinayak Shubhadayak Gajavadana Gauri Varatanaya Gunalaya Gauri Varatanaya Gunalaya Gajavadana Swami ki jai. Now devotees, the journey continues, and it is the focus on our Shakti Jagadamba Ma, Devi Ma. Now, you visualize any form of Devi that pleases you best. If you want to visualize Durga Ma, Kali Ma, Lakshmi Ma, Saraswati Ma, any form of Devi, I want you to visualize that form, and we seek the blessings of Mata. Now, I want you to just recite after me. There's a simple line which you're going to all repeat, right? It says, Trahimam Sharanagatam. Trahimam Sharanagatam. So I will say the first part of it which praises Devi, and you just say Trahimam Sharanagatam, meaning Trahimam, or Mother, I surrender. Sharanagatam, I surrender to you. So just repeat those three words, Trahimam Sharanagatam. Visualize Ma. ओम तत्सत। घोर रूपे महारावे सर्वशत्रुभयंकरी भक्तेभ्यो वरदे देवी त्राहि मां शरणागतम। अगेन त्राहि मां। ओम सुरासुरार्चिते देवी सिद्ध गंधर्व सेविते जाद्य पाप हरे देवी जटाजूत समायुक्ते लोल जिह्वांत कारिणी दुत बुद्धि करे देवी सौम्य क्रोध परे रूपे चंद रूपे नमोस्तुते सृष्टि रूपे नमस्तुभ्यम। जडानां जरतां हन्ति भक्तानां भक्तवत्सला मूढ़तां हरमे देवी वम ह्रूं ह्रूं कामये देवी बलिहोम प्रिये नमः। उग्र तारे नमो नित्यम। बुद्धिं देहि यशो देहि कवित्वं देहि देहि मे मूढ़त्वं च हरदे हरे देवी। इंद्र आदि विलसद्वंद्व वंदिते करुणामयी तारे ताराधिनाथास्ये। Concentrate on Ma, you pray in your own way, whatever is in your heart. Ashtamyang cha dadushayamyang, navamyang cha pathe naraha, shanamasa siddhimapnuti, natra karya vicharana, moksharthi labhate mokshang, dhanarthi labhate dhanam, vidyarthi labhate vidyang, tarka vyakaranadikam, idang stotam patejastu, satatang sadhayanvitaha, tasya shatru kshayang yati, महाप्रज्ञा प्रजायते पीडायां वापि संग्रामे ज्ञाड्यं दाने तथा भये य इदं पद्धति स्तोत्रं शुभं तस्य न संशयः इति प्रणम्य स्तुत्वा च योनि मुद्रा प्रदर्शयेत्। ओम तत्सत्। ह्रीं श्रीं चंडिकायै नमः। ओम नमश्चंडिकायै। ओम नमश्चंडिकायै। ओम नमश्चंडिकायै। We praise Mata, we glorify her. So, simple bhajan. Jaya Bhagavati Devi Namo Varade. Jaya Bhagavati Devi Namo Varade. जय पाप विनाशनी बहुफल दे। जय पाप विनाशनी बहुफल दे। जय भगवती देवी नमो जय शुंभ निशुंभ कपालधारी। जय शुंभ निशुंभ कपालधारी। प्रणमामि तु देवी नरहरि हरे। प्रणमामि तु देवी नरहरि हरे। जय भगवती देवी नमो वरदे। जय जग की रखवाली करने वाले जगदम्बे मैया। महिमा तुम्हारी है निराली ओम जगदम्बे मैया। चरणों में बैठे आशा लगाए, विनती हमारी खाली न जाए। हमारी खाली न जाए। लो ये आरती की थाली जगदम्बे मैया। Shakti Jagadamba Mata Ki Jai. Now devotees, we continue our devotions. This time we concentrate on Bhagwan Shankar, Deen Dayalu Kripa Sagar Bhakta Vatsal. Now remember Bhagwan Shankar, he is referred to as Mrityunjay Bhagwan. And we have that Mrityunjay month with his jap. Mrityunjay month is very, very powerful, devotees, as we know. Today, Somvar, Monday, a day in which Shivaji is also specially worshipped. And I think it goes without saying that we need to worship Shivaji intensely. As you realize the world is in distress at this moment. The first day of the year, many of you may be aware that Japan was struck by a 7.5 earthquake. We don't know how many people died yet. The year has now started. And watch what is happening. It has now started. We need that blessings of Bhagwan Shankar, as we say, meaning that we need to develop that power of dispassion, spiritual dispassion, vairagya. You see, there is very little we can do to change the world. But as I keep saying, I have to develop the capacity to deal with the world, to deal with whatever comes my way. I can't stop things from happening, but I can prevent them from affecting me to any great extent. And this is where the power of prayer comes in. Not to stop things from happening, but to help me, as I mentioned earlier on, to cope, to handle situations. Because why I can't stop things from happening? Everything is based upon karma. And karma will have to work itself out. We can't stop it. But intense personal self-effort can help us to a great, great, great extent. So devotees, you have to understand why it is we need to pray. Because some people may think, I'm praying and things still happening. Why am I praying then? That is faulty thinking. You're praying because you can handle situations. You tap into the inner power. Just remember, Aham Brahmasmi. Each of us is divinity embodied. And the powers are within us. Except that in most of us, these powers are dormant. They are asleep. When we pray, make sacrifices, we awaken these powers that exist inside. They don't come from outside. They are within. And if I can't awaken those powers inside, then everything will flatten me. You see? So I want people to start to believe in themselves. Just remember, everybody has problems. We have individual as well as collective problems. Society at large suffering from different maladies, sicknesses, diseases, problems. Devotees, we can't survive. This is the key. I must survive. But how can I survive? I survive by doing what is right and proper. I handle what I can take care of, and I leave the rest to Mother Nature, Prakriti. Nature conspires to put factors in place to help us along, devotees. So the idea is, you make that intense effort. You can't be lazy and expect things to go right or to overcome problems. You have to be proactive. Proactive. So devotees, Shiva is one aspect we have been saying we need to worship every day. Every day. For Shiva represents that state of dispassion, vairagya, which helps me to be unaffected. Unaffected by what goes on around me. And many things are going on around me. But I am unaffected if I have the blessings of Shiva, as we say. Or if I tap into that power, we call vairagya. These are spiritual qualities, devotees. And to the elders, to the seniors, parents, if you understand this, you can help inculcate these values within your children. Get them to believe in themselves in the sense that the power exists in them. And they must face up to life challenges. These challenges help us to grow, as I said. But you don't be faint-hearted. You don't be weak. You don't run away. For then, if you run away, the problem still is here. You will have to confront it at some point in time. Why not now? So devotees visualize Bhagavan Shankar. We do Mahamrityunjay Stotram. You know the simple line that we all chant? Pranam Shirisa Devam Kinnu Mrityu Karishyati. Now, I just want to emphasize, even the day this year is starting, as we say, I want to impact upon the minds of all that we need to pay particular attention to our children, our grandchildren, those of you who are in educational institutions, right? You might find that things could happen worse than before amongst the children. Now, if the right steps are taken, precaution is taken, we become proactive, we can prevent a lot of things from happening in this context. It will be a trying year, but it can be a year that will bring great success if you make the right effort. You don't sit down and wait for something to happen. Be proactive. Proactive. Think, analyze what could happen. Now, we're not God as such, but at least we can see signs and take preventive measures. So I'm putting you on the alert, parents, teachers, administrators, whoever you are. That means all of us. Be careful. And when I say children, I don't mean only babies. Babies will be more at risk. More at risk. Adults at risk, but for different reasons. Adult children. So don't take things for granted. But the good news is that if we become proactive, become aware, we can avert a lot of crises, disasters. So in other words, it depends upon your self-effort. Okay? You will see this manifested before very long. Be aware. Be very much aware. Let's concentrate on Bholinath. Om Asya Si Mahamrityunjay Stotamantasya Si Markanday Rishi Anushtup Chandaha Si Mrityunjayo Devta Gauri Shakti Mama Sarva Arishta Samasta Mrityu Shantyartham Sakal Aishwarya Praptyartham Cha Jape Viniyogah. अथ ध्यानम चंद्र आर्क अग्नि विलोचनम स्मित मुखम पद्मद्वयांतः स्थितम मुद्रापाश मेघ्राक्ष सूत्र विलसत पाणि हिमांशु प्रभम कोतिंदु प्रगलुप सुधापलुततुं हारादिभूषोज्वलम कांटं विश्व विमोहनं पशुपतिं मृत्युंजयं भावयेत्। ओम रुद्रम पशुपतिं स्थाणुं नीलकंठम उमापतिं नमामि शिरसा देवं
किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति
नीलकंठम कालमूर्तिं कालज्ञं कालनाशनम
नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति
नीलकंठम विरूपाक्षम निर्मलम निलयप्रभम
नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति
वामदेवं महादेवं लोकनाथं जगद्गुरुं
नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति
देवदेवं जगन्नाथं देवेशं वृषभध्वजं
नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति
गंगाधरं महादेवं सर्वाभरणभूषितं
नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति
अनाथः परमानन्दं कैवल्यपदगामिनं
नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति
स्वर्गापवर्गदातारं सृष्टिस्थितिविनाशकं
नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति
उत्पत्तिस्थितिसंहार कर्तारं ईश्वरं गुरुं
नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति नमामि शिरसा देवं किन्नो मृत्यु करिष्यति.
Continue to recite the Mrityunjay mantra in your minds. Markandeya kritam stotram yah pathe shiva sannidhau tasya mrityu bhayang nasti nagni chaura bhayang pachit shatavatang prakaritavyam sankate kashtanashanam shuchir bhuta patit stutam sarva siddhi pradayakam tavat tasvat gata pranas tvachittuham sadamridah iti vigyapya deveshang tarabhyakyam manung japet. Repeat after me. Mahadev, Mrityunjay Mahadev,
मृत्युंजय महादेव
Trahimam Sharanagatam,
त्राहिमाम शरणागतम
Janma Mrityu,
जन्म मृत्यु
Jara Rogahe,
जरारोगः
Piritang,
पीड़ितं
Karma Bandhanai,
कर्मबन्धने
Namah Shivaya, Sambhaya,
संभाय
Haraye,
हरे
Paramatmani,
परमात्मने
Pranata Klesha,
प्रणतक्लेश
Nashaya,
नाशाय
Yoginang,
योगिनां
Pataye Namaha.
पतिये नमः.
I would like you to cross your hands across your bosom, everybody. You try to seek the protection over all the limbs in our bodies. Om Hrim Shrim Hrim Hrim Rah Hana Hana Daha Daha Pacha Pach Grahan Grahan Marya Marya Mardaya Mardaya Maha Maha Bhairav Bhairav Rupena Dhunaya Dhunaya Kampaya Kampaya Vignaya Vignaya Vishveshwar Chobaya Chobaya Katu Katu Mohaya Humphat Swaha Iti Mantra Matrena Samabhishtu Bhavati Iti Sri Markandeya Purani Markandeya Kritam Sri Mahamrityunjay Stotam Sampurnam. Pass your hands over your head, everybody. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva, the Lord of Dance, as we keep saying, devotees, dance symbolizes rhythm, cycle. Shiva plays upon the Damaru. Damaru symbolizes the rhythm of manifestation. Everything is caught up in the cycle. So when we chant, glorify Shivaji as Nataraj, it's not just a physical dance. It's a dance of creation, sustenance and dissolution. We all caught up in this dance, devotees. So visualize Nataraj. Mama Ghanana Chatabula Nikadi Nikadi Madamaru Bhagi Mama Ghanana Chatabula प्रेममघन नाचत भोला, प्रेममघन नाचत भोला। बम भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला। बोलो। भालचंद्र शिर गंगा लहरत अतभूतन को गोला, भालचंद्र शिर गंगा लहरत अतभूतन को गोला। तो कजी मदन रूपाजे, प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला। प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला, प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला। बम भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला। श्रृंगी नाद बजावत गावत लटकी रह्यो बगली झोला। श्रृंगी नाद बजावत गावत लटकी रह्यो बगली झोला। तो कजी मदम रूपाजे, प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला। प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला, प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला। भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला। बोलो। नाग फनन सो करत आरती, देव देव गति अनमोला। नाग फनन सो करत आरती, देव देव गति अनमोला। तो कजी मदम रूपाजे, प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला। प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला, प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला। भोला शिव बम भोला, बम भोला शिव बम भोला। बम भोला शिव बम भोला। हे प्रेम मगन नाचत भोला। बम भोला शिव बम भोला। ओम नमः शिवाय, पाहि मां। ओम नमः शिवाय, रक्ष मां। सवेंद्र तो भगवान शंकर जी। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, पाहि मां। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, रक्ष मां। Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Pahi Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Rakshamam. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Pahimam. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Rakshamam. Om Namah Shivaya, Pahimam. Om Namah Shivaya, Rakshamam. Hare Shiva Shankar Bholena, Umapati Shiva Bholena. Om Shiva Shiva Shankar Bholena, Nilakanta Hare Dinana. Om Mahibhushan Shiva Gaurinath. Om Ahibhushan Shiva Gaurinath. Om Paramasumangala Dinanath. Om Paramasumangala Dinanath. Girijaranga Paramananda Samadhi Vinagangana. He Girijaranga Paramananda Samadhi Vinagangana. Om Mahibhushan Shiva Gaurinath. Om Ahibhushan Shiva Gaurinath. Om Paramasumangala Dinanath. Om Paramasumangala Dinanath. Girijaranga Paramananda Samadhi Vinagangana. He Girijaranga Paramananda Samadhi Vinagangana. Devotees, we will glorify Bhagwan Vishnu. Simple Kirtan. Immediately we will have the glorification of Bhagwan Sri Ram, Bhagwan Sri Krishna. And then we will move on to our discourse, which hopefully will help you prepare us for whatever challenges lie ahead of us. Visualize Sanchakra Gadaparam, Sasankha Chakram Sakirita Kundalam, Sapita Vastram Sarasi Ruhekshanam, Sahara Vakshas Chala Shobhi Kaustubham, Namami Vishnu Sarasha Chaturbhujam, Satyadevaya Namaha. Hey Bolo Narayana, Jai Hari Vithala, Sriman Narayana, Ranga Ranga Vithala. Hey Bolo Narayana, Jai Hari Vithala. Bolo Narayana, Jai Hari Vithala. Sriman Narayana, Ranga Ranga Vithala. Lakshmi Narayana, Ranga Ranga Vithala. Bolo Narayana, Jai Hari Vithala. Bolo Narayana, Jai Hari Vithala. Govinda Vithala, Rakhmai Vithala. Hey Govinda Vithala, Rakhmai Vithala. Hey Gopala Vithala, Panduranga Vithala. Gopala Vithala, Panduranga Vithala. Shri Ranga Vithala, Panduranga Vithala. Hey Shri Ranga Vithala, Panduranga Vithala. Hey Bolo, Bolo Narayana, Jai Hari Vithala. Bolo Narayana, Jai Hari Vithala. Jai Hari Bol, Jai Sitaram, Gopi Gopal Bhaju Hare. Hey Jai Hari Bol, Jai Sitaram, Gopi Gopal Bhaju Hare. Ram 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 Dhana Sham Ram Ram. Bolo Ram 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 Dhana Sham Ram Ram. Jai Raghunandana, Jai Siya Ram, Janaki Vallabha Sitaram. Jai Yadunandana, Jai Ghanasham, Rukmini Vallabha Radhesham. Hey Nanda Kishora, Navnita Chora, Vrindavana Govinda Lala. Hey Nanda Kishora, Navnita Chora, Vrindavana Govinda Lala. Sham 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 Bolo. Jai Raghunandana, Jai Siya Ram, Janaki Vallabha Sitaram. Jai Yadunandana, Jai Ghanasham, Rukmini Vallabha Radhesham. नंद किशोरा नवनीत चूरा वृंदावन गोविंद लाला नंद किशोरा नवनीत चूरा वृंदावन गोविंद लाला बोलो राम 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 बोलो राम 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 घन श्याम 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 बोले श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी की जय. Now devotees, I've been searching in my head what will be the best advice to put forward as we begin this new year. And when I analyze and maybe asking for that divine guidance, inspiration, what should we do? When we look at the situation that we are confronted with in life today, worldwide, in our country also, nobody is safe. We all know what is happening. Like a madness has taken hold of the world. Wars in so many places. You know, I don't want to go into detail, for it may cast aspersions. But violence seems to be the order of the day on all sides. Suffering. And this last year, many things have happened. And not to be a prophet of doom, but I'm not a prophet in any case. I'm just looking at the circumstances. A lot of these things are going to continue. Life can be quite challenging. But remember I said to you, the indications are such that if I become proactive, this is a very, very important point. If I become proactive, I take necessary steps, each person in your own, look at what you have to do where you are, you can more than survive successfully, as you did for the past year. But to survive, devotees, you have to have certain qualities. Now, many of us would sit down and pray to God and expect God to come and do something for us. But I've been explaining to you, God help those who help themselves. And that Lord is present in every one of us. Aham Brahm Asmi. And what I need to do is to really go inside and awaken these powers that exist in me, these qualities. And I dare say that these qualities which I'm going to speak about exist in every single person, without exception. It might not be apparent in certain people, but I keep saying like a flame, if it is covered by a bushel, you won't even see a ray of light. But the flame is there. What we need to do is to remove the bushel, remove that covering, and the flame is there. It has always been there. But devotees, we have to remember what scriptures tell us, and I can remember, what my father Shankaracharya used to say, what Vasisht Ji put forward, these two factors that really militate against us. Laziness and stupidity. Laziness and stupidity. And I make no apologies for this statement. Many of us are very, very lazy. We expect everybody to do everything for us. No way. No way. You have to become proactive. I'm emphasizing that. You can't sit down and pray maybe once in a year and expect to get God's grace. That doesn't happen. Just remember, devotees, whatever happens is a result of karma. Individual and collective karmas. And individually, if I survive, it's good. I can take precautions. But when I become part of a group, part of a grouping, and if that grouping has negative karmas, the resultant karma in that grouping is negative, even if I have positive karma, I become a victim to that negativity. Follow closely what I am saying. In other words, everybody has a responsibility. Either you associate with the right company, or you don't associate. One is company, two is crowd. But even if you have to associate, you have to know with whom you are associating. I've been saying this to a lot of young people. You have your partners and so on. Their karmas are negative. You might be praying, you might do, but if you come into this negative environment, the resultant, for those who could understand me, the cumulative resultant of this will impact upon everybody, good or bad. Therefore, it is wise, or the wisest thing to do, associate with the right company. People who live the right life, who do the right things, so that the resultant will not be bad. Failure to do that, devotees, live on your own. Live by yourself. But you know, no one is an island. So whatever goes on next door impacts upon me. So everybody has a responsibility. So if each person could look at yourself and try to uncover these powers, these qualities I'm going to mention to you, nothing new, I'm reminding you, devotees will go a long, long way in helping ourselves. But you see, it's a big if. It's a big, big if. If people could do this. That is why I started off by saying laziness and stupidity. Too lazy to make effort. And foolishness. Scripture says, Murkhasya aushadhi naski. There is no cure for stupidity. And sometimes even the leaders we have, they are like that. Sorry to say it. So you could imagine where we are going. But what I'm putting to you, that every home is an institution by itself. What is your first home? I've asked this question before. What is your first home? Where is your first home? Not the house in which you live. This is your first home. This here. Everybody. And if you can't find the right qualities in this home, if you can't find peace in this home, how are you going to find peace in the physical house? This is why it's essential that everybody start working on yourself. And also, why I'm saying this? Because we have a knack in society of always blaming somebody else for whatever is happening to me. Devotees, Ramayana says, nobody makes anybody happy, no unhappy. It is your own karma that causes things to happen to you. People are merely facilitators. In other words, take responsibility. Some people, their whole life they spend in blaming somebody else. Your whole life. Well, waste it is your choice. So devotees, you have to become aware. That part of it is stupidity really. Blaming everybody else. Nothing becomes better because you are not becoming proactive, not taking charge of yourself. You have created your karma. Your karma must come back to haunt you. Don't blame anybody else. People are merely facilitators. This is nothing new. And blaming everybody else is nothing new either. So nothing new. So we're going to a new year, same old year, bad habit. So devotees, again you on your own. So Prabhu Sri Ram devotees, I like to use this part of Ramayana. I won't sing Chaupais and so I'll give you the points. Now it might be plenty to assimilate. And you know, we stream on YouTube and it's there. You all can go into Gyaan Deepak YouTube and you can get it. You can download it if you want or whatever you call it. You can get what I'm saying to you. All right? So I know it's a lot I'm going to say in a short time. But devotees, notice the whole oak tree comes out of a seed. A small seed. The seed has everything in it. So I'm going to give you the seed. It's up to you now to plant it. So Bhagavan Sri Ram used the analogy of a chariot. When he had to fight this battle with Ravan, Vibhishan was very distressed, worried. Oh Lord, how are you going to defeat this powerful enemy of yours with no weapons, no chariot, nothing at your disposal? And Bhagavan Sri Ram, for the benefit of all of us, through Vibhishan, he said, Oh Vibhishan, that chariot of which you speak is of another kind. And I shall explain to you what this chariot is all about. And devotees, each person has to create your own chariot. So, let's go. In between, I'll give you a different perspective on each of the qualities. Right? So, devotees, Bhagavan Sri Ram is saying, Sauraj dhiraj tehirata chaka. Take it from this point. This chariot of which I speak, O Vibhishan, has two wheels. Two wheels. What are the two wheels? Sauraj and Dhiraj. Shaur means heroism. Heroism. And Dhiraj, fortitude. So what is heroism? How you understand that? There are different levels, but I'll put you the highest level. The conquest of one's nature is really what valor is all about. The conquest of one's nature. Now, what we mean by this, everybody born with certain attitudes, certain qualities. And you hear people say, what can I do, boy? So are they, so are born. So you say so until you're dead. That is not valor. True heroism is a conquest of one's valor. Notice where I'm coming from. Not on the outside. You can play hero on the outside until you come to zero on the outside. But what happens here? This is the conquest. This is the heroism. Can you change yourselves? Can you bring about that change? Valor is a conquest of one's nature. That is one of the wheels. So analyze it as you go along. The second wheel, dheeraj, fortitude. What is fortitude? There are different ways you can be brave and strong and so on. But devotees, you know what is the most powerful strength of all? The power to bear grief. That is fortitude. The power to bear grief. Now, none of us want to be in grief. But all of us will be in grief at some point in time. Can I bear that grief? Successfully, powerfully, to go forward, aage chale? This is the second wheel. So remember, heroism and fortitude. Remember what I said. Heroism, conquest of one's nature. In other words, you start to work on yourself. Correct the weaknesses that you have. Now, each one could take a whole week to explain it. But how can I work on myself? First, I have to know, what am I? How am I? You know, what my qualities are. How can I do that? How can I know that? Introspection. Introspection. Now, everybody feels good, eh? Yes, you're good. But everybody has bad habit. We all have weaknesses. And if you only look at how strong you are and play big about that and not look at your weaknesses, you're going to have a problem. I put it like this. The good qualities we have are like seeds. And the negative qualities are like weeds. Have you ever observed when you plant your seeds, how fast the weeds grow? And the weeds overcome the seeds very, very quickly. In other words, we don't even pay attention to these things because you know what? You're lazy intellectually. Devotees, if you allow weeds of vices to take root within the heart, whatever little good qualities you have will be stifled. You're going to lose them. So what you need to do, pluck out the weeds on a daily basis. Sit down by yourself. You're talking to anybody. Did I do this right? Be honest with yourself. You know, I should have done it differently. I got angry without reason. Whatever. Pluck out the weeds. Only you could do it for you. To the young ones, many times, long ago, they were taught to write your diary. My diary. You're writing personal diary. I did this, I did that, I did that. That's a good thing, you know. You can go back and you can see, you know, you have to analyze yourself. Practices are important to help you go along this line. And young people, especially in today's world, you're so caught up in your, social media, whatever have you, different distractions, that you're failing to pay attention to your own personal development. And you pick up bad habits that are going to destroy you. And then you're blaming everybody else. Blaming everybody else. Now, we are aware of this. And parents, the children need guidance. This is why I mentioned earlier on. This year is like that. Easy to be distracted. Fall victim to all kind of negativities, traps on all sides, if you're not careful. Sometimes the question is, who do I trust? And my answer is trust no one 100%. Because trust 90%, peep 10%. Be careful. It's a very tricky, this world in which we live, filled with tricks, scheme, plenty of devotees, and it's going to become worse. It will become worse. You really do not know who to trust. Even those whom are entrusted with our protection, responsibility, and so on, even them you cannot trust. All understand the seriousness of where we are? If I can change myself, I become strong, I can bear whatever circumstances, the chariot can rule I'm going forward. Chariot will have a banner and an ensign. Satya, Shila, Dvaja Pataka, truth and good conduct. The banner and ensign. Good conduct. Now, every parent in your home, it is your responsibility to help inculcate good conduct in your children. But of course, not only talk it, you have to show it also. Example is the highest precept. In school, teachers have to do likewise. Right? All of us in positions of, to impact upon others' mind, we have to set examples. Okay? So good conduct and truth. What is truth? I've always said truth is that which is. Full stop. Truth is that which is. If you paint it anyhow, it's no longer the truth. It's no longer the truth. So devotees, you have to live by these principles. Satyam and Shil, good conduct. So this banner and ensign. This chariot is pulled by 4 horses. Bala Viveka Dhamma Parhita Ghori. Bal, physical strength. Now, that's good. You can lift weights, have big muscles and so on, whatever. Right, devotees? That's physical strength. But what about people who don't have that capacity to physically become so strong? Is that you don't have strength? Well, let me tell you something here. There is something in each one of us we call pran, vital energy. The control of the pran is the greatest strength you could have. So, don't think lifting weights only now. Don't push-ups and pull-ups. Those things are quite good. Conditioning yourself. What about that vital energy inside of you? Can you control it? You have ordinary simple sages sitting upon 3 pieces of land, controlling that pran, and they can control the world. And big heroes, powerful warriors, they've been knocked down right, left, and center. In other words, devotees, strength, bal, physical, yes, good health is important, but control of pran, that vital energy, is a subtle thing in every one of us. That is true strength. And if you have that, devotees, nothing is a problem, believe me. So control of pran, strength. Vivek, discriminative power. When we spoke of Ganesh Baba, this is what we mean. Symbolizing Vivek, the power of discernment to discriminate, identify the friendship between good and bad, right and wrong, etc. You must have that. That is the second horse. Dham. Dham means hidden chilam? No. Dham means control of the senses. Control of the senses. There are 5 senses of perception, 5 organs of action. Dham, devotees, is the control of the senses. If you cannot control your senses, you become a slave to your senses, 1 horse, 1 away. Chariot is weakened. And this is another big problem we have. People are slaves to their senses. The senses control you. The mind is weak. So you do anything you feel. Anything you feel to eat. But you want to go. Anything you want to do. Freedom. Freedom. Devotees, freedom comes with responsibility. If I want to give you a freedom or you want freedom, you have to show me that you are responsible. That you can go in any circumstances and don't become a victim to the circumstances. Otherwise, what freedom you want? Freedom is only a word, you talk it only. True freedom, devotees, must come with responsibility. When that maturity and responsibility, that no matter what the external stimuli, my senses will not be impacted upon to pull me away, then devotees, I'm truly free. Not otherwise. Not otherwise. Now if you notice, everybody is a slave to the senses. What I like to eat, what I like to see, where I like to go, what I want to wear, how I like to feel, what I like to smell, what I like to do. Gyaan indriya, karam indriya. But devotees, is it right, is it wrong? If you don't have that control, that the horse is pulling away for itself, where will the chariot go? So devotees sense control. And Gita tells us, the senses bring about what we may call happiness or pain. The senses impact with objects of senses. So I like something, happy. I interact with something that causes me pain. What is that pain? What is that pleasure, so to speak? These things are temporary. Temporary. So you go take a dumb and you get bum. You know what a dumb is and getting bum? Pull a ganja, no? You build a head. What will happen after that? Take a good drink, bath in your head. What will happen after that? Does it last for all times? Devotees, we create problems for ourselves like that. It can all be overcome by controlling the senses. Paropakar, service to humanity, service to God. Life is like a flower in full bloom. We should give it away, petals, scent and all, to the gardener who brought it into existence. Service to humanity, service to God. Selfishness, don't work. You can be very selfish and only for yourself. At some point you're going to lose everything. Devotees, Hinduism preaches. Look at Mother Nature. Nadiya na piye kabhi apna jal, briksha na khaye kabhi apne phal. River don't drink its own water. Fruit tree never eat its own fruits. They live for others. So apana tanka manka dhanka, whatever resources at your disposal, at least use some of it to disinterestedly serve society, others. Disinterestedly. You're not doing it for name and fame, for remuneration, etc. Do it as a duty and obligation. How many of us do that? Ask yourself, you have to tell me. Do I do that? These are the 4 horses, devotees. They're pulling this chariot, whose banner and sign, truth and good conduct. And of course the 2 wheels of heroism and bravery. Now we have to have the reins controlling the 4 horses. Chama, Kripa, Samata, Rajujuri. Chama, forbearance. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. Many of us carry baggage, devotees. Somebody do me something, I hate you for the rest of my life, them life too, and anybody else's life too. I'm going on. I can't drop that baggage. Then you become a beast of burden. And believe me, in the human society, we have many beasts of burden. They carry baggage that they can't drop, and they don't want to drop. Forgiveness is for the person who forgives. If you hurt me and I forgive you, it means I am not carrying any baggage. But that does not mean you're going to get away. Your karmas will come back to haunt you. But that is not my concern. I am concerned that I am not going to carry any baggage. I am not a beast of burden. I am not going to make myself a beast of burden. Devotees, there is nothing as nice as having a free mind, a light mind, no hate in it, no negativities, nothing at all. I wonder if everybody could understand what I'm saying here good, if you experience it yet. I don't want to ask you to put up your hand, for 2 reasons. I don't want you to lie in a temple. You can lie outside if you want. Devotees, create an impression. No, be honest with yourself. You worry about things. And I'd be telling a lie if I said that I was not like that. We all were like that. Some point in time, you carry that baggage. You can't sleep. You're worried, you're stressed out. Different things happen to you. You create your own burdens, your own problems. Devotees, when you understand what it is, drop it. Drop it. If I could tell you, how nice it feels. How many people know how nice it feels? How nice it feels not to have a mortgage to pay. Not to have financial constraints. No debts anywhere. You know how nice that feels? I know. You feel real good. Real good. What I'm saying that none of these burdens in the heart, in the mind, devotees, you are in a different space. But if not, you are a beast of burden. You burdening yourself. Don't blame anybody else. And nobody could get it out of you except you. Nobody. Forgive and forget, we say. Whatever happens, whoever does whatever, their karmas will catch up with them. That is, I have nothing to do with that. And if I interfere with that and try to do things, I'm as stupid as the other person. Even worse. So devotees, bear that forbearance, important in life. Kripa, gracefulness towards other people, showing that compassion. Daya dharma ki mool hai. The root of dharma is compassion. The root of dharma. We must be compassionate. Devotees, I'll give you a little idea just now, one thing again. But let me look at compassion here. And then even-mindedness. This is the hard thing. We do our wedding, right? We make the girl parents put a pan leaf with a flower on the dollar head, put one in the dollar head. We tell them, exchange them. Put one here, take this one, put this here, put this one there. One fellow say, Baba, make up your mind where you want it. I said, well, let me tell you. So what you're doing here, that when you take from here and put there, what you're doing is symbolizing, simply, you're giving a son, you're getting a daughter. Or you're giving a daughter, you're getting a son. It's the guilt side, right? But more importantly, you need to treat both of them equally. Equally. If there is a conflict that has arisen between both of them, you don't take for your daughter's side. If she's wrong, you have to treat both equally. How many of us could do that? Why we have so many problems? Now that's a different topic, eh? Because that even-mindedness is not there. We only say it. Right? And if it's my flesh and blood, I take your side. I biased everybody else wrong. How could the world be any better? How could you be any better? So devotees, if one of the rein slacken in the horses, that horse going away, yes? Where the chariot going? Now, the reins in one sense are the mind itself. The mind. So these qualities come from Chama, Kripa, Samatha inside of us. The devotees, you have to have a chariot here. Isha Bhajan, Sarthi Sujana, Ish Bhajan, seeking God. Seeking God. And I will say here now, for whatever reason, there are 4 kinds of devotees. Arth, Arthati, Jigjasu and Gyani. Whichever class you fall, but see God. The highest is Gyani though. That devotee who doesn't ask for anything. He just worships out of love, sincere love. But others pray because they have trouble, they want something. That is okay, you believe in God. But rise beyond that level. Surrender to God. That's the highest state. So devotees, this is the charioteer. If you have this attitude of seeking God, worshipping God, you have the charioteer. The wise charioteer. He can guide you along. The shield, Virati Charma. You fight in battle long time, you have the sword and the shield. Devotees, the shield is what we call Virati, dispassion, when you worship Shivaji. If you have spiritual dispassion, it's like a shield, nothing affects you. And everybody needs that. Because everything affects everybody. I'm being, general, in general I am saying, we see it, we know it. We don't have that dispassion. Any little thing affects us. We worship in Shiva, 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 Shiva. But where is your dispassion? You go through motions only. Understand what it means. So devotees, Virati Charma, dispassion is the shield. Santosh Kripana, the sword, is the sword of contentment. Do we have that? There is something badly lacking in life, devotees. Nobody says you shouldn't try to do better in life. But you're entitled to the action, but not to the fruits thereof. Do what you have to do. Do the best you can. But contentment, whatever comes, unsolicited, so to speak, contented. Contentment, Santoshu Nandan Banam. Where Krishna Bhagavan plays Nandan Ban, that is Santosh, contentment. Everybody wants to find peace of mind. How you go find peace of mind when Rajasic Prakriti eating away of you? Always want more, I want more. As I keep saying, the world has enough to fulfill every man's need. It doesn't have enough to fulfill even one man's greed. And in recent times I've been saying, since recently devotees, how many people dying? Right? One die again, cremation Tuesday. A few hanging on. I have some contract to go and fulfill. Yeah. And everyone, everywhere I go, I look around to see if they carry the house with them. If they carry the car with them, if they carry the money with them. If they carry the wife with them. Whichever one. You want to know. Everybody go alone. You leave everything behind. Everything behind you leave. खाली के आए थे जग में, खाली के तुम जाओगे. मूर्ति बन के आए थे, हाथ पसारे जाओगे. You come empty. But when a child born, fist tied, no? It looks like if you come with something, you come with the karmas. But when you go, ever see dead man? Dead woman? Both palms open. So you can put the pinda inside it. Put the pinda no for water and thing. But you know, see the lesson? I'm going with nothing. Nothing. Fight and crave everything right here. Die and leave everything and go like a fool. And don't think it's finished. When you come back, you start off from where you leave off. All your bad habits, all your baggage continue with you until you learn to dispose of them. You're on your own journey, devotees. I'm not making up this thing, no? Scriptures teach us this. Okay? So devotees, contentment is important. So that sword, the sword of contentment. And you have Dan Parashu, the axe. Long time they fought with the axe, battle axe. That is charity. And I just put this to you. You have different forms of charity. The highest charity is the relinquishing of the idea of violence towards others. I'm not going to explain. Time will not on us. Go back and analyze this. The highest charity, not giving a man $1 or something like that. The highest charity is the relinquishing of the idea of violence towards others. That's the highest done. Parashu, that's the axe. So remember that. Charity. Yeah. Dan Parashu. Bodhi Shakti Prachanda. The intellect, devotees, the intellect is like the spear. And I have been saying over and over, intellect. Intellect controls mind, which controls senses. If the intellect is not controlled, you don't think right, you don't think in principle form, you're always in trouble. Always in trouble. Just last night, night before, we were in satsang, attachment. Attachment is a hell of a problem, eh? That's a demon, Attachment. All our problems start with attachment. Attachment causes desire. So when you're attached, you want something. Desire comes to the heart. Check it and see, no? Don't tell me no, no? Desire comes to the heart. One day is attachment. And devotees, when desire is unfulfilled, what happened? Man get vexed too hard. Angry. Anger ensues. Krodhat bhavati sammoha. And when anger develops in you, what happens? You become deluded. Confused. And sammohat, smriti vibhamra. When you see you become deluded, then delusion leads to confusion of memory or destruction of memory. That smriti, memory power goes dead. But strange, eh? The good thing you don't remember, no? Bad thing you remember, you'll carry out with you. The baggage, no? But devotee, this is the problem. And when that memory, smriti bhramshad, buddhi nasho, when memory is destroyed, intellect goes dead. When intellect goes dead, buddhi nashat parnashyati, you self-destruct. All you follow? Nothing about outside anybody and thing, no? It's you. You see the journey inward. Okay? Analyze all these things, devotees. And I just thought I'll mention how important, not important, how very dangerous anger is. And I did make a point subjected to, with further investigations. In today's world, we have plenty of people who have Alzheimer's and so on. No? And maybe we can delegate somebody responsibility to check out their lives and see. Is it that they have a bad temper? Over the years, anger, everything you're getting vexed about. At some point in time, from that anger, delusion, from delusion, loss of memory, Alzheimer's. Check it out and see in devotees. So all get vexed, keep on getting vexed. Yeah. Keep on getting vexed. Anger, certain chemicals created in the brain, which will destroy part of the brain, which could also destroy part of the memory process. It is not spiritual, it's also medical. The qualities we display, the negativities we display could affect us. And not could, would affect us. So devotee thereby says, stay calm, calmness of mind. What are you agitated about? And how you stay calm? Bhagavan says, fixing your mind upon me. You have a calm mind. Because he's stable, perfect. This is the journey. This is why we keep telling people, pray boy, or turn to God. Right? God doesn't need us, we need God. I'm not doing God a favor by my praying to God. I'm doing myself a favor. Okay? So devotees, you have to understand all that. So buddhi, that is spear, sharp, can pierce anything, enlightened intellect. We need to have that. And you have, Var Vigyan Kathin Ko Danda. Vigyan, spiritual science, is the bow, which I shoot arrows. We have all this. Do I have all these qualities in me now? I have to bring them out. So devotees, I have to have arrows to shoot. Not the shooting gun, but this is a different kind of thing we're talking about here. You have to have the quiver. Amal achal manatron samana. An unwavering mind, a pure mind is a quiver. You can't have a chanchal mind and have, if the quiver jumping all about, all the arrow fall out. Stable mind. The mind is the key here. To have the weapons to fight your battle of life. And devotees, the arrows, sangyam niyam, shil mukhanana, sangyam and niyam. There are 10 forms of positive virtues, 10 forms of self-restraint. You analyze what they mean. Ahimsa satyamasteyam brahmacharyam dayarjavam chamadhriti mitahara shaucham cheti yamadasha. I just talk about one only briefly. Mitahar. What you eat. Diet. After last night I mentioned diet. We talk about sattvic prakriti, rajasic prakriti, tamas prakriti. But how can you control it? How could you be in sattva when your bhojan is rajasic and tamasic? You're fooling yourself only. A man is a product of his thoughts, and the thoughts a man has to a great extent dependent on the food he eats. So parents, look at the children also start with yourself now. And what children eat? Look at it and see. There are certain foods classified as sattvic, rajasic and tamasic. Know what you feed in them. And by the way, stale food is tamasic. I mentioned this last night. I want to risk up any problems here, The fellow they call microwave. So he changed names, he called microwave. Yeah, put food for 1 week, take it out and hot it and get them back. That food fresh? I mean, we understand circumstances. You have to, whatever, but, long ago, people who live, wives home and so on. Now they have husband home and also they go cook and thing. Now everybody working. Safest thing, put it in the fridge, freeze it. But when you cook it back, is it freshly cooked? No matter how much you microwave it, you lose nutrients from it, etc. And it is stale. But if you see we don't work on this, people are going to do? As they're doing right now, they take in gobar, freezing it. And when time for puja, they microwave it and come and repeat. They will start to do the same with the prasad just now. Make prasad today, put it in the fridge, freeze it now. Tomorrow morning, Baba come in 5 o'clock. Now I said, going puja 5 o'clock. I don't know what you come and microwave prasad. Microwave it and come and offer in it. Devotees, it might be convenient, but it's not correct. Right? Scriptures say, analyze it, anything cooked for more than 1.5 hours, it begins to gather bacteria. That's why they say 1.5 hours. Or whatever, even prasad you have to, you see the devatas, their stomach very sensitive, So when you have to give them prasad, give them fresh one, or they will get sick. And if they get sick, we're in trouble. We could take any kind of thing, right? They eat food 2 weeks old, right? Some people are away, they carry doubles, freeze for 2 months. After 2 months, they heat up the double, eat it again. That way they behave so. Food, devotees, affects the thoughts. And that, affects our behavior. So, self-restraint, important. And then positive virtues, tapa santosha stikyam, danam devasya pujanam. All these things we're doing. Scripture say do all these things. Right? Siddhanta sravanam chaiva, hrir matischa japohutam. These are the arrows that you put into that quiver to fight your battle of life. And devotees, the armor you're going to wear, kavach, we did kavach and so on. Kavach veda, vipra guru puja. What is that kavach? Impenetrable armor. Worship of the holy ones. Worship of your guru. Genuine guru. not quacks. Right? Genuine. The worship of the Guru, the worship of the holy ones, their blessings become an impenetrable armor that nothing could pierce. And if you have these qualities, devotees, Bhagavan Sri Ram says, "Oh, Vibhishan, there is no other way. Isam upai. Isam upai. There is nothing again like this. No other means. No other means again. Nahi duja. This is the means." If you have these qualities, devotees, analyze closely. There isn't a problem in life that you can't handle. There isn't. There will never be. So just remember, it depends on you. And for those of you who want to go back to the Ramayana, Lanka Kand, you can try to find the Katha, you can go through it. Devotees, I'm putting this to all of us to help us to prepare ourselves for this life ahead of us. All now. What has gone, doesn't come back. Now is what counts, the present. We have the opportunity to make ourselves something different. And if you take a vow, people make New Year resolutions, take a vow to make yourself the best that you can be. Nobody could do it for you. Build yourself spiritually. If you have these qualities, these are the qualities Sri Ram spoke about, he had. And he could defeat Ravan. Ravan, that great ego. The world of duality can be destroyed if you have these powers. So devotees, I'm putting it to all of us. Bowing, eh? Quite bowing. You know why? It happened, God coming to help man thing now, is you have to do it for yourself. And that is where the problem comes in, the laziness part. First I have to understand it, then I have to start to work it, live it, and gradually when you begin to experience it, devotees, you'll understand more about what I'm saying to you. This is what you need to do. Not talk, no? Not talk. Talk cheap. Live the life. But first you have to understand what the journey. This is the blueprint for success under all circumstances. All circumstances. So devotees, the Lord has put us in the pathway. Let's go this way and success will come to us. As you go forward in the year, whatever challenges come, face up to them positively. Challenges are going to come. I've been saying it over and over. And if, say, at any point in time you stumble anywhere, well, once we are here, we are here. You can always contact us and we will try to guide you along. Maybe point out to you what you need to do, which quality you need to get out of you to face up to whatever challenge it is. But whatever problem there is always a solution. Be positive. Just remember this. Don't be despondent. Think in grief, in frustration, depression. No. Be positive. You can handle anything. Why? You are Rishi Santan. You are the children of the sages. We are all the children of the sages. And they have given to us this blueprint. So devotees, believe in yourself. Okay? Boliye Sri Raja Ramachandra ki. We are going to do Havan. And I just like to mention to you the word SWAHA, how important it means, what it is. Now we know our organization is called SWAHA, but SWAHA has a very important connotation. So Swa, Aha. If we divide the word into two parts, Swa and Aha. Swa means oneself. Aha. Is the first Sanskrit letter. Ha is the last Sanskrit letter. So the first and last, it incorporates everything in between. And the consonants, from a Hindu perspective, represent the macrocosm, the universe. And Swa represents the microcosm, the individual. So when I say Swaha, what I am saying, that I want to become one with the infinite. Aham Brahmasmi. I want to become one with the infinite. Just Swaha alone is a Maha Mantra. Now we use it for Havan. So there are different levels when people think that we feel in God. I ask the question, is God hungry? Is God thirsty? I'm not shaking your belief. Feel God. But you have to understand what really happens. When you do Havan, devotees, what binds us to this world? What prevents us from becoming one with the infinite? Our karmas. Our karmas. That's a very important factor. So when I do Havan, in a deeper sense, it's not feeling God. What it means, I am burning away my karmas. I am burning away my karmas. All the different aspects of divinity represent certain powers. And everyone there is a negative. So I want to burn away the negative and be in the positive. But devotees even so. Sometimes I'm saying even the positive karmas bring me back into the world. I have to go through the process again. So the wise ones say, offer all karmas into the fire, both negative and positive, because I want to free myself from this bondage. Now many people wouldn't want to do that. They want the positive, want to remain. And you come back in the world and you go through the 6 modifications of the human body. Birth, existence, growth, maturity, death and decay. Cycle, going over and over again. The wise ones want to free themselves. And by the way, we have mentioned that the sages, the wise, those elevated ones who have renounced the world, they also do havan. But they light the fires of desirelessness. That's what this fire represents. And all their karmas offer into the fires of desirelessness. So they free themselves. This is what we're supposed to be doing here. But of course, we don't understand that. We're feeling God. So let's feel God. Okay? For those of you who could understand what I'm saying to you, you do havan with this understanding. Same thing you do. But your understanding becomes different. Goes to higher and higher levels. And I'm saying publicly, there's nothing like what we do. But the problem is that we stay at, I keep saying, preschool level. Try to climb now. Primary, secondary, tertiary. Try to graduate and move on. This is the journey we have ahead of us, devotees. And in this context, scriptures say, laziness. Nobody wants to go so. Pray and everything good, or get money, or get things, there and leave everything and go. Devotees, wake up. वो तो जाग मुसाफिर भूर भय बरन कहा जुत्सु होता है जागो ना. This is 2024 and never go back to 1924 because some of us are still there. 1924 and even before 1824. So devotees, when we do havan in your own mind, each person you own, if you think like what I'm saying to you, what you're doing, you visualize. It might be impossible for you to think everything, but Ganeshaya Namah, Om Sri Ganeshaya Namah Swaha. When I think I'm feeling Ganesh, okay, no problem. But what I'm doing, I'm burning away Gyaan, because I want Gyaan. Understand? All right. Make it too technical. Let's go. So repeat Swaha after me, everybody, right? Don't make the mistake and say Swadha. We have had enough Swadha for the year. And the year starting with Swadha again from tomorrow. You know what Swadha is? Swadha is for the dead. So we're not going there. We'll hold on a little bit. All right. So, Arti, a little bit each time, and 5 more times I will tell you. Om Ganga Napataye Namah Swaha. Sri Gauri Mata Swaha. Sri Prithvi Mata Swaha. Panchlok Pal Devaya Swaha. Om Namo Narayanaya Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha. Sri Suryari Navgrha Devaya Swaha. Brahmagnaye Namah Swaha. Om Rim Sim Chandikaya Namah Swaha. Om Krim Kaliyai Namah Swaha. Mahalakshmi Mata Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Om Srim Rim Saraswatyai Swaha. Om Sri Ishwari Devyai Swaha. Sri Parameshwari Devyai Swaha. Sri Shitala Devyai Swaha. Sri Mahanyapurna Devyai Swaha. Sri Mangala Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Chandi Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Mansa Devyai Swaha. Om Hrim Shashti Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Tara Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Shodasi Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Bhuvaneshwari Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Chanamasta Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Bhairavi Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Dhumavati Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Bagala Mukhi Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Matangi Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Kamla Devyai Swaha. Sri Hemavati Devyai Swaha. Sri Siddheshwari Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Kalyani Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Katyayani Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Aindri Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Agni Rupa Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Varahi Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Khargadharani Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Shuladharani Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Brahmani Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Vaishnavi Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Gayatri Devyai Swaha. Om Sri Savitri Devyai Swaha. Sarva Devi Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Om Sri Hanumate Namah Swaha. Sita Ramachandrai Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Radha Krishnaya Namah Swaha. Om Sri Ishtadevaya Swaha. Om Sri Kuldevaya Swaha. Om Shri Asthan Devaya Swaha. Om Shri Gram Devaya Swaha. Om Shri Itar Karam Pradhan Devaya Swaha. 5 times again. Shri Vastu Devaya Swaha. 33 crore Devta Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Sarva Devta, Sarva Devi Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Anand Swarupaya Brahmane Namah Swaha. Om Shri Guruve Namah Swaha. Over all. Wash your hands. Please all stand, devotees. Bhagwan Shankar, Deen Dayalu Kripa Sagar, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayo Bhavaya Cha, Namah Sankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha, Shivaya Cha Shivtaraya Cha, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Purnamidah Purnamidam, Purnat Purnamudachyate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vashishyate, Om Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaha. Achman, Om Sarva Papaharang Dibyam, Gangeyang Nirmalam Jalam, Achmanang Chamayadatam, Grihatam Purushotamaha. Bow to the flame. Bole Sri Raja Ramachandra ki Jai. Devotees will have our arti. While it's been done, you will come get your vibhuti. Those of you who are going for the first time, just follow the crowd.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare Bhat Jano Ki Sankat Das Jano Ki Sankat Jan Mein Dur Kare
हरे शिव राम सखी प्रभु त्रिविधताप निवारण हे विभु अज जनेश्वर यादव पाहि मां शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरं शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरं प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलं प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम् मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्ष मंगलायतनुहरि ओम आवाहनं न जानामि विसर्जनं पूजां चैव न जानामि क्षम्यतां परमेश्वर ओम गच्छ श्रेष्ठ स्वस्थानि परमेश्वरम् यत् ब्रह्मादयो देवास्तत्र गच्छुतासनम् ओम लाभस्तेषां जयस्तेषां कुतस्तेषां पराजया येषामिन्द्रियवर्षां हृदयस्तु जनार्दनम् ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ओम मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं गणेश्वर हे परमेश्वरी सदाशिव हे जनार्दन हे कपीश्वर हे अग्नीश्वर यत्पूजितं मया देवा हे देवी मां परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे ओम असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय ओम गच्छ त्वं भगवन् अग्निस्वस्थाने कुण्डं मध्यतः हुतम् आदाय देवेभ्यः शीघ्र देहि प्रसीद मे ओम ब्रह्मग्नये नमः ओम त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम गर्व से कहो गर्व से कहो गर्व से कहो बोले श्री स्वाहा माता की बोले श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की
ओम जय स्वाहा माता मैया जय स्वाहा माता तुम अग्नि की शक्ति तुम अग्नि की शक्ति तुम सच्ची माता ओम जय स्वाहा माता